Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for SUI render and FET price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with SUI on the 4 hours chart here, where we are looking at the 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 towards the downside here as an impulse potentially, of course. Can be a finished impulse there, 4 and a 5, where your wave 5 so far has finished a 5 waves as a diagonal, ending diagonal, of course, after this potential correction here that we saw, of course, as an ABC. In case that there is an ABC, you might be in an ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here finished for a wave 5. However, you didn't took the low, and that means, of course, it might be a truncation here in case that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 finished here as an ending diagonal, and we might of course push toward the upside. Now in case of course of different scenarios here where you still of course have the most lowest prices in this of course price here, where this might be of course your last wave, but can be still of course an ABC there since you took the 886, don't forget. So A, B, and a C can still possibility of course for SUI here, where it might unfold a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can be of course hitting this area. Now, taking the 1.83 here is invalidation of bearish, and that means, of course, might means that 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, in case it's not truncated and still looking for lower. But if you take this invalidation before it, well, you have to forget about it to be, of course, here impulsive for lower, and it might mean, of course, something pushing for higher. Now, what is very interesting is, of course, the confluence of the 1-to-1 fib level with it exactly at the invalidation of the bearish, which it might mean even with an ABC here. Well, okay, we got invalidation, so it might be different things unfolding definitely here rather than simply being impulsive toward the downside. Now, another possibility, of course, here is a W, X, and a Y, of course, for a 1, 2, meaning this is still, of course, an impulse wave 1, 2, and you're looking for 3, 4, and a 5 impulsively toward the upside, but we need to break, of course, these levels to shift to something like that. Now, I know the 886 is a lower possibility for wave 2, higher possibility for wave B, but yes, even with the wave B might be, of course, invalidation, and it means, of course, can be double 1, 2 there, and then pushing for higher for SUI. So we'll see, of course, how this is going to unfold. If we take a look also at SUI for the 1 minute chart here on the KGT indicator, we can see as well that we have, yes, we have a bearish signals there for SUI. Well, they are kind of like, yeah, it's not totally conversion, it's very aligned with it here, but still, of course, showing another signal here for bullish and might be in divergence very, very soon, meaning even if we get a little bit lower, this signal might shift and move or create a second bullish signal there in this area, and we might, of course, shift towards higher prices, which I'm expecting, of course, an impulse over there, a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, at least for a wave C, guys. So yeah, very interesting for SUI. We'll see, of course, what's gonna happen over there, but the things are looking positive so for SUI. If we move to render here on the 4 hours chart as well, for render after the triangle here that we got A, B, C, D, E, and we pushed, of course, for lower 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now this wave 5 is a clear ending diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitting perfectly our target for wave 5 in the blue box, and we got the reaction. This reaction is, of course, impulsive so far, and it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Let me go to the 15-minute chart here to see. Well, it looks like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Probably your wave 5 has. Okay, this is very. The wave 5 doesn't look like a perfect impulse, honestly, unless you want to take this those 5 waves, but even they look a little bit expanding here, which is not also nice. And by the way, this looks all of them zigzags. So what you can do here is that you can take this as an expanding diagonal. There is no other way, guys. So very likely that this is an expanding diagonal finished wave 5 there, and we might be here, and of course I know an A, B, and a C, or it can be even Yeah, it has to be, of course. This is a low, so you cannot be triangle. Yeah, so it can be, of course, an ABC looking for lower, meaning, of course, a 1, 2. So, yes, I'm still looking here for a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We'll see, of course, how this is going to unfold. Let me check the 1-to-1 fib level taken from the wave A here. So, yeah, very likely. And in confluence for a wave 2, we might get also, of course, this area. Yep, so we might get the 0.618, 0.786 there as a testing area for a 1-to-1 fib level in precision. Yep, so in case, of course, this is going to happen. Now, it can be also something different here, WX and a Y, or a short wave C in an ending diagonal and then pushing for higher. So also very likely, so be careful with it. Unless, of course, something is going to be very bearish, so meaning breaking this area. If we are very bearish, we need to break, of course, this area, the 1-to-1 and the 0.786, and then dive deeper again in our blue box. Yep, so we'll see, of course, how this is going to unfold for render. Now, if we take FET as well, for FET, if we take a look at the 4-hour chart, also we have a triangle here and you start to push for lower. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 finish supposed for FET. And then, of course, we have a 3 ways toward the upside and then a very, very boring and annoying push toward the downside here, which it can be, of course, a diagonal. It can be a diagonal. It can be a wave, yeah, wave A, B, and a C, or a 1, 2 here. Or, yeah, it can be a big, big diagonal here, like 3 waves down, 3 waves up for a wave 2. Another diagonal, but I doubt it, guys. Yeah, so what I see here is a potential WX and a Y. So this is the scenario that it is playing right now. Very likely. It is a W, the X, and a potential wave Y, which it might be a zigzag here. Okay? And that diagonal might means, of course, the A, you're looking for wave B, and then wave C. To be unfolding there. The 1, 2, I doubt it so much. Even that yeah, we didn't took the low. Let me check. Or we did. Yes, we took the low. So definitely you cannot be in a wave 1, 2 there. So yes, we're left with less possibilities here and less scenarios. So it is much clearer right now, guys. So ABC is unfolding there for FET. So we are looking for something higher there. We might see, of course, a recovery wave B and then wave C toward the downside. And don't forget, of course, that we need the time. Yeah, we need the time. This is exactly what I'm looking for. A, B, and a C, and potentially it can be something like that. Yeah, so the wave C, 0.618 fib time is the minimum requirement. I don't think, of course, also this scenario is out, which is the diagonal, is out. We took the low. So, yep, very likely we are looking for this ABC as the highest possibility, if you remember, because we need the time. A, B, and a C, or a W, X, and a Y. The wave Y might be, of course, this complex structure as well in an A, B, and a C here. Yep, so that was it for SUI, Render, and FT. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.